Hello, my loves. Welcome into this Taurus Solar season reading for those who have Venus in Taurus. So lovely to have you here. So the planets in our astrological story represent what of our journey. So the what of Venus is our love and money. So your love and money. And so your love and money expresses itself through the Taurus archetype and energy, meaning your love and money is your world of love and money is very fixed, very unchanging, and very earthy, very physically oriented. Venus in Taurus is in an alignment called domicile because Venus rules Taurus. So when you have a Venus in Taurus, it's called a domicile placement. You can see the crown and the staff here on top of the Venus in Taurus icon. And that's just embodying the rulership of the Venus in Taurus placement. So this is a match made in heaven. This is a place that Venus feels at home. And so your love and money most likely feel very aligned and supported for you in your life. I have a couple of Venus Tauruses in my life. I truly appreciate them. They're so beautiful. They're really loyal when it comes to love and money. They're very determined. They're very domestic oriented. They're very home oriented. They're very dependable when it comes to love and money. And this is your expression. This is your energy. This is your vibration. Now, of course, there could be other things going on in your chart that influence your expression of this. But in general, you have a very harmonious placement for your love and money. This area of your life likely comes easy to you, or at least is a natural place for you to focus and express yourself. We're going to find out from the Faery Oracle how you can really activate an earthy embodiment in your love and money this solar phase. So if you haven't already, closed your eyes, taken a few deep breaths, and opened your heart to receive the guidance most aligned for you at this time. I invite you to do that. Remember, you can pause if you need more time. And you can call in any beings that you work with to be here with you. I just ask that they be here in unconditional love, in support of you, and in support of the higher good of all. So let's find out what guidance is here for you from the Faery Oracle. There we go. You guys are the first card that hasn't been reversed. Ooh, this is a hard one though. Okay. Fairy tale. Number 19. This number may come to you to affirm this message. You can also ask for that to be the case. Your support team will help you with that. Letting go, detachment, and moving on. Okay. This is a card of seeming cruelty. How can you love another? How can you or another leave anyone who loves them and needs them so? But the truth is, it is time to detach yourself and set yourself or another free, even though it may mean, oh gosh, I'm sorry guys, even though it may seem you are abandoning them to a kind of death without you. This is not the truth. The truth is that you must let go of anything that is currently suffocating, restricting, or dragging at you. And while this is the most difficult thing for you to do it you must. It'll be very hard, and there's a chance that you will face a great deal of guilt. Others may find you cold or fail to understand how you could leave someone so devoted to you. While you have had terrific experiences and wonderful connections, with these have come responsibilities that have accumulated to the point where you are identifying with them so closely that you no longer feel free. Please, one by one, take these burdens, anything that feels heavy, whose energy does not come from love but from need, any demands and expectations that no longer meet your needs, and gently let them go. There is no rejection in this gesture. It is simply a time to reestablish your own personal boundaries. You may even be carrying burdens that rightfully belong to other people. Please release these now. By releasing them, you can call on your deity, angels, elementals of the universe to send these unwanted and unnecessary illusions we call responsibilities to heaven. The emotional freedom, lightness, and joy will then pour into you. Without this kind of clearing, you may feel you are carrying too much and unable to see the path ahead of you. This card can often come up when there are issues of addiction, overeating, unhelpful weight on the body, emotional issues from the past, guilt, a feeling of unworthiness, all loading you up and causing you to take tiny, painful steps on your journey. This is a sign from the universe that by releasing these burdens, you are being brought closer to who you really are, a divine child of light. As you do this releasing, tiny streamer-like wings will sprout from your back, and the beginnings of a sweet and tender freedom that are your birthright will make themselves known to you. You are now free to love and care for others more effectively, as you will be acting out of love, not forcing yourself. Blessed be, reborn one. The time has come to let go and move on. You will see miracles take place. Remember, we teach others how to treat us, and you have similarly taught yourself what you feel you are worth and taught others to rely too heavily on you. However, it is not too late to change. You are not refusing to save a life, though this is how it looks to your own critical self and perhaps to some others. At the moment, you feel your worth is derived from entirely from being of service to others, even when you feel you can no longer go on. You are currently a one-person rescue squad, and until you help yourself be free of such expectations, you will never be free enough to help others. Resentment, guilt, and anger can leak into the service you are providing. Please contemplate a fresh way of communicating and being to love yourself and give yourself regular work breaks and time out. When you can begin to respect your contribution, others will too. Please set them all a loving, inspiring example. Wow. Okay, so I almost didn't read the first part because it's just so heavy and it's just so hard. But it is the essence of this card. The second part is a lot more enjoyable to read, right? Because it doesn't actually say that you have to let go of the person. It just says you have to set boundaries and let go of the things that are not serving you. So my beautiful Venus and Tauruses, it feels like you've been bogged down by your loyalty. One thing that I have seen with Venus and Tauruses in my life is they're so loyal, they're so devoted that even when it's way past time for them to move on, they can't, they don't. They're just so loyal. They're just so open-hearted. They're just so connected to when they commit to a love, it's for life. And it's really hard for this energy to let go, especially Taurus. Taurus is a fixed energy. It likes to stay where it is. It likes to stay connected to whom it's connected to. And this card is just gently, lovingly pleading with you. Your earthy embodiment is, it's feeling like, you know, she's stepping out of the mud. And if she lets this person keep holding on to her, they're going to drag her into the swamp, and she's ready to leave the swamp. So your earthy embodiment feels like a physical release. Like, remember, Earth is the physical world. So you're releasing something or someone physically to move on from it. It could be an addiction. It could be a person. It could be a career. It could be anything, my dear, that you feel is just too heavy a burden for you to carry. Okay? This is a tough one to navigate. It's affecting your love and it's affecting your money. And, you know, this is why it's so nice to tap into the guidance from our support team and the love from our support team. This card is so very loving for you. It wants what's best for you. It wants you to move forward. I will share that I personally have had to do this in my life. And this card did come up for me in this scenario and circumstance. And it was so relieving, even though it was very difficult for me to get this confirmation because I had already walked away. But this was like extra confirmation on top of that. And it was so very hard for me to walk away because there was so much love there. There was so much devotion there. And so much that I had put into the scenario and the circumstance. And I did feel like I was leaving somebody crippled. And at the same time, there was more need than love there. And I've learned a lot since then, and I see these things differently now. But this card and your guides are telling you this is where you are now. This is what you need now to move forward. I would recommend the Aries new moon readings because we dive into a subject that I think opens up our understanding of why the stuff gets so heavy and why these relationships of validation are so toxic. So I would invite you into that as well, because now that I have that understanding, I may have chosen a different course with this person. And I may have still chosen the same course. Okay. So just offering that to you, not to give you an out, because if you resonated with anything I said before I said that, it's probably time for you to go. And if you've just been in denial the whole time, maybe there is an understanding that you can have that can help shift you and perhaps shift the other person. But there's most likely still a distancing that needs to happen, a separation, maybe temporarily while you dive into this content material that I discuss in the Aries new moon readings, solar eclipse readings. And maybe not. Okay. But definitely letting go of the burdens and putting those down so that you can move forward in the freeness and in the love and as the divine child that you are. Okay. One last thing that I'll add. A lot of times when we relate with somebody, it's because we feel validated by how supportive we are to them. Like, wow, look at this person. They need me to be here with them in order to survive. That means I'm valuable. That means I'm worthy. That means I'm important. And that's where the toxicity can come in. That's where the heaviness can come in, because it's really a burden to mean that much to somebody. We all as individuals need to know our own worth without getting validated by someone else's need of us. And if someone needs us, it's because they're not validating their own worth. They need the validation we give them, and that's not healthy either. I'll leave that there. My beautiful, beautiful Venus in Taurus. I thought we were gonna get a reading that wasn't so heavy and difficult, and that's not what we got. So here we are. Love you so much. Let me know how this resonates. Let me know if you have questions. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.